Prince William was told off in public by the Queen, and the whole situation was caught on camera. Queen Elizabeth II may be a busy head of state, but she's also a mother and a grandmother. And even when the cameras are on her, which they often are, she's not fussed about scolding one of her family members. After all, who's going to tell her not to? Prince William, second in line to the British throne and a parent himself, is one of the people who's been at the receiving end of a telling off from her. Prince William is very close to Queen Elizabeth. In 2016, he spoke to the BBC and described her as the best role model I could have. Royal historians have also observed the development of their relationship. There's always been a special closeness between William and the Queen, and she's taken a particular interest in him, historian Robert Lacey told People in 2017. It's no secret that she and Charles have had a prickly relationship at times, Lacey told the publication, referring to the Queen's first son and her direct heir, Prince Charles. But it seems her rapport with William was better. When William became a teenager, she'd have him at Windsor Castle and would open the state boxes and guide him through the papers. It was William's constitutional education, Lacey said. And during the Queen's official 90th birthday celebrations, the whole world got to observe a small moment between the monarch and her grandson. Seeing as how the Queen is the Queen, she gets to celebrate two birthdays, her real one on April 21st and her official one commonly on the second Saturday in June. One of the events that coincides with her official birthday is the Trooping of Color ceremony. This particular special one took place on June 11, 2016. Whenever a Trooping of the Color takes place, members of the royal family gather on Buckingham Palace balcony to watch the army troops pass by. It's an event that dates back to at least the 17th century, but now it's broadcast live on the BBC. Thousands of royal family fans watch it both on television and in person at the palace. And it was thanks to the presence of the cameras that the media was granted a tiny insight into Queen Elizabeth's family life. It was a blink and you'll miss it moment, but it was pretty funny. First, Prince William crouched down next to his own son, then the 2-year-old Prince George to watch the Royal Air Force flyover happening overhead. But it seems the Queen did not approve. She nudged her 33-year-old's grandson's shoulder and indicated with her gloved hand that he should rise to his feet. "Stand up, William," she appeared to mutter. Her exasperated expression, one familiar to any parent. And looking a little embarrassed, William did indeed stand up. Meanwhile, little Prince George did not seem to approve of his family's shenanigans. As William stood up, George slapped his hand to his face in a comical facepalm. Of course, he could have just been shielding his eyes from the sun in order to see the overhead planes better, but the former interpretation is far funnier. The video of the Queen, William, and George quickly went viral on the internet. "Come for the Queen scolding William, stay for the George facepalm," wrote one person. The clip was retweeted multiple times. "This is what one calls a normal family. Doesn't matter who you are, we're still human beings. Love it," read one of the comments posted on Twitter. A few people, though, did mildly criticize the Queen. "First couple of times funny, then I'm thinking, he's tending to his son. She's a bit heartless. He's only being a good dad," came one comment. "If that was my mom, I would have stayed at the eye level of my baby and made him feel included," came another. And indeed, the Queen's parenting style has been analyzed plenty over the years. When she gave birth to Prince Charles, it was 1948, and royal children were meant to be seen and not heard. Their parents were supposed to focus primarily on their duties and leave the tricky business of child rearing to nannies and nurses. Moreover, Prince Charles reportedly grew up without much close affection from his mother and father. In one incident from May 1954, the Queen and Prince Philip returned from a 6-month tour of the Commonwealth and greeted their children with handshakes, not hugs. It seems the Queen knew no other way to raise children. After all, her own parents had behaved in the same way to her. Many rumors have circulated over the years about the Queen's parenting of her children. In 2002, the Daily Telegraph published a rather critical piece about her perceived failings as a mother. "The Queen is not much good at showing affection. If I were Prince Charles, I'd think my mother had been unfeeling," said one anonymous senior courtier. It appears the Queen would rebuke her children if she considered them to be displaying bad manners around her. When members of the family got bumptious, a one-time master of the household told the newspaper, she would sometimes slap them down in public. It was Princess Diana, mother to Princes William and Harry, who ended up modernizing the royal approach to parenting. She gave herself the final word on the boys' school, their day-to-day clothing, and their nannies, instead of letting royal assistants take the helm. Diana also made sure to always put them rather than her duties first. In a nutshell, she arranged her life around them rather than the other way around. Tellingly, Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton definitely follow in Diana's footsteps when it comes to raising their children. Queen Elizabeth regularly left her young children behind when embarking on royal tours, but William and Kate have gone a different route. When they visited Australia and New Zealand in April of 2014, for example, they took George along with them. However, it's likely the world will never know for certain what the Queen was really like as a mother. The monarch rarely gives interviews, and much of what she says about her family is carefully prepared for the public. Her relationship with Charles is often speculated about, but a lot of what's written is just that, speculation. But it is true that Queen Elizabeth doesn't go for public displays of affection. It's rare to see her even holding the hand of Prince Philip, her husband of 70 years. So when she and Prince Charles were pictured embracing at the funeral of Charles' godmother, Countess Mountbatten, in June of 2017, it was a touching moment. The Queen may have felt that William acting too fatherly with George in public was inappropriate for the occasion. Queen Elizabeth is, after all, devoted to her duties as a monarch, and these responsibilities sometimes outweigh her duties as a parent. She didn't even attend Prince Charles' wedding to Camilla Parker Bowles, reportedly because she felt that as the head of the Church of England, she couldn't support a marriage between two divorced people. Nevertheless, the Queen is apparently a very good great-grandmother to Prince George and his sister Charlotte. It's a more casual relationship, it seems, than she perhaps had with Charles. In 2017, Kate Middleton revealed that Prince George called the Queen Gan Gan, the same nickname generations of royals have used for their great-grandmothers. Check out these other videos from Let Me Know. If you haven't made the move to subscribe to our channel, all you need to do is click on that red subscribe button. Thank you for watching.